You've said it 3 times, maybe 4. The shoes are still by the door. The homework still isn't open. The water glass you asked them to bring to the sink is still on the table. You can feel your voice getting tighter and your shoulders getting harder. And the thought running underneath everything is, why doesn't this child just listen? It's almost dinner time. You haven't sat down since you got home. And somewhere in your body, the third please is forming, and you already know what's going to come after it. The fourth ask, the fifth, then the voice that isn't yours, the one your mother used or the one you swore you would never use, climbing into your throat. I want to say something to you, and I want you to hear it the first time. It's not your fault, and it's not theirs. There's a small thing happening between the two of you that almost every parent in your situation is doing. It's so small you've never noticed it. It's also so common that researchers have a name for it. And once you see it, really see it, you can stop today. Not next month, not after the next parenting book. Today. So let me show you what's actually going on. In 1995, 2 researchers named Kuczynski and Kochanska published a study in the journal Child Development. They watched parents and young children in natural interaction. They didn't tell the parents what to do. They just turned on the camera and coded every demand sequence. The first ask, the second ask, the third, the fourth. What they found was the opposite of what every exhausted parent expects. Children comply less after each repetition, not more. The first ask had the highest success rate. The second ask was lower. The third ask was lower again. By the 5th repeated ask, compliance had dropped close to 0, unless the parent escalated, at which point the child finally moved. They called it the compliance gradient, and here's what makes it brutal. Every time you repeat yourself, you are not getting closer to your child listening. You are quietly teaching them, I don't mean it yet. They wait for the third ask, because that's when something actually happens. The shift is small. It is also slightly uncomfortable. Some part of you is going to resist this. That's okay. You will say what you need to say one time, once. Then you will walk away. You are not going to repeat. You are not going to remind. You are not going to escalate. You are going to trust that your child heard you the first time and let what happens next happen. I know what you're thinking, but what if they don't do it? That is the whole point. That is the part of the cycle we are about to interrupt. We are no longer going to make compliance the parent's job. We are going to make it the child's, which is, if you think about it, where it always belonged. Here is what it looks like. You walk into the room. You don't call from the kitchen. You don't shout from down the hall. You physically walk to where your child is. You kneel down to your child's eye level. This part matters. Standing over a 4-year-old activates their stress response. They hear an order, not a request, and their nervous system gets ready to defend. Eye level signals safety. The brain available for listening turns on. You say one sentence, clearly, without question marks. Not, could you please put your shoes by the door? That's a question. They can say no to a question. You say, shoes by the door, please. Then you stand up and you leave the room. You don't hover. You don't watch to see if it worked. You don't add a thank you in advance or a right now, please. You let your own absence do the work. And here is why this works. There's a phenomenon Patterson called the coercive cycle. He studied it for 30 years. Every time you repeat yourself, your child's brain learns that compliance is a negotiation. The longer the negotiation, the more your child gets to delay. They are not being defiant. They are doing exactly what you train them to do. Patterson found something even more uncomfortable. The repetitions don't just teach the child to wait, they also escalate the parent. Each repetition makes the parent's voice a little louder, the parent's body a little more tense, the parent's eventual reaction a little harsher. Both of you are stuck in the same loop. Both of you hate it. When you take the second ask off the table, 2 things happen at once. The child loses the negotiation. They cannot wait for the third ask, because the third ask is not coming. And you lose the escalation. Your voice stays where it started, because you only used it once. The loop breaks at both ends, and it breaks the moment you decide it does. This week, pick one thing, one small daily moment where you usually find yourself asking twice. Shoes, teeth, the water glass on the table. Walk into the room, kneel, say it once, walk away. Here is what to expect day by day. Day 1 will feel strange, almost rude. You will want to add a please and a thank you and a right now. Resist, just leave. Day 2 and 3, your child will probably test. They won't do the thing. They will look at you, register that you're not coming back, and try to wait you out. Don't repeat. Walk in 5 minutes later and look, see if it's done. If it's not, you say one new sentence. I noticed your shoes are still in the hall. That's it. Walk away again. By day 4 or 5, your child's brain starts updating. The waiting strategy isn't working anymore. They start moving on the first ask. By the 7th day, you'll notice something. Your voice is quieter, your shoulders are softer, your child is looking up the first time you speak. This is the thing nobody tells you about parenting. The change you've been waiting for, the version of yourself who doesn't yell, the household where things get done without a fight, the dinner table without the meltdown, does not require a personality transplant. It does not require more patience. It does not require a better child. It requires one small thing, practiced for 7 days. You are a good parent. You are always a good parent. You just needed a different tool. I wrote about this and 49 other small shifts in a book called Unplug Your Child. It's a parent's guide to the modern household. Repetition, screens, mealtimes, bedtimes, the parts of the day that wear you down most. Link below. If today's one practice helped, the book has 49 more. I'm Emma. One ask, once. I'll see you next week.